Roman, you're on.
Hey guys, what's up? We have our live show. Okay, whose audio is that? We did not have any audio problems right now. Hey guys, we are ready to talk some football with our special guest. Maybe at some point we'll be a linebacker Hall of Famer for Brownsville ISD. We just never know. You play linebacker, right, Frankie? You're a linebacker?
Linebacker safety, that's right.
There you go. Linebacker, defensive back for the great Hannah Eagles. I did not go to Hannah, so I don't know how good you really were, but everybody told me you were good. Anyway, we have Frankie Olivo, from a candidate for BISD trustee. How you doing, Frankie?
Oh, pretty good, guys. Thank you so much for the invitation. I got to warn you, I was a little skeptical of coming on because I probably won't produce the Erasmo Castro, Carlos Elizondo numbers for y'all, but all in all, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm a fan of the show. I've followed it regularly, and thankful for the invite. Glad to be here, guys.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Carlos didn't get us the numbers either, so don't feel too bad. I think you can beat Carlos. and I'm right now I'm typing in, sharing it on my feed because I'm not as high tech as you, Frankie, on your show, where it just automatically pops up on your thing. I have to do stuff. And we have with us Josh Peltier of the Cameron County Conservatives Facebook page. What's up, Josh?
How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you? What's up?
Thanks.
I'm doing all right. Just getting ready for another event that's coming weekend in Rio Hondo. So stay tuned to our Facebook page. We'll have the final details out hopefully no later than tomorrow.
All right. What's going on with that audio? I don't know who I keep hearing. It's probably your opponent, Frankie.
Yeah, somebody's got gas or something. I don't know.
Oh, not me, dude. I have no gas. I am. And the only one in my family has gas is my baby boy because he loves to fart. He's at that age, he just loves to fart, and he just said, "Daddy, that's you, Daddy." We play the fart game. It's like your fart, my fart smells like your fart, Dad. It's like it's cool. And when you have, hey, what's up, Manny? How you doing, Franny?
Good.
Ready for tomorrow?
Together, got some computer issues, but I should be able to pull through here until after the show.
I hope so.
Frankie, how do you think that this thing is going here leading up to November? How do you feel?
It's very different. I've been a part from the outside of a few campaigns, and you have your typical block walk, your typical meet and greets, the pachangas that everybody likes to attend, and this campaign season, due to COVID, totally changed the game.
Yeah.
Now, people would look down upon you if you try knocking on their door. Nobody wants to get near you. So
like this guy Roman, he'll call the police on you.
I'm ready. I'm packing, dude. I'm packing, ready. Hey, what's up, Sochi?
So the only thing now is social media. So this November is going to be very different compared to previous elections, and that's something that I think many candidates still haven't gotten the gist of. But as we all know, everybody uses social media. So this election, in my opinion, is going to be based off of platforms, off of social media, and off of potential reach for our community.
Yeah, it's going to be very challenging compared to traditional years where you can do all that what you just mentioned. And I think those that conquer online and get out there are the ones that are going to come up top. I mean, there's a bunch. We talked about this yesterday a little bit. There's a bunch of people I haven't even heard from yet, and yet I see their signs all over the place. But
maybe because you're not their Facebook friend, Manny, you need to like their pages, and maybe you'll see something. You need to do more research, Manny, on your candidates to figure out who you're going to vote for. I mean, because we were talking about it before the show. If you're in Brownsville, not necessarily in other cities in the valley, but in Brownsville alone, when you go vote in November, you're going to vote in 4 ballots. You're going to vote for the general ballot, which will be Republican, Democrat stuff. You're going to have, BISD, your races, Frankie. You're going to have Texas Southmost College, which, by the way, we have breaking news here on the RioPolitics Facebook page. Please feel free to like and share our page. Texas Southmost College right now is investigating one of the candidates for having a shirt that has Texas Southmost College and the Scorpion logo on their advertising campaign paraphernalia. They're investigating that right now. and you're going to have the port, 4 races, 4 ballots. You're going to get 4 different sheets of paper to vote in. Who are you going to get the numbers? And so, Frankie, I firmly believe that you and Erasmo and Carlos and those that are using social media and getting that enthusiasm for your race are going to get the candidates. I mean, you're going to get those votes. They're going to be enthusiastic. They're going to go vote for Trump or Biden, and I'm done with that. And make sure I got to vote for Erasmo, got to vote for Frankie and Carlos and you all slate. You agree, Frankie?
Yes, I do. Again, the power of social media. We are living in a digital age where my grandparents, they're often on social media. That is a way in which many families keep up to date. And now, especially with COVID, we don't have those get-togethers that we're so used to, those barbecues every Sunday. So again, the power of social media allows us to connect with one another. And that's the beauty of it. Reaching or expressing one's platform through Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. People use TikTok. We have to find ways to reinvent ourselves. And for us to rely on the old way of politics is not going to work. I'm glad that my candidates are relying on that. I'm okay with it because, as we all know, guys, signs don't vote. Campaign literature, people throw away. Nowadays, they want to hear from the person because we want to be able to connect with our public officials. We want to know what they're about, what they could bring to the table. But if we don't present ourselves and we don't make ourselves accessible, what does that merit? That doesn't merit our vote, in my opinion. So, yes, I do strongly feel that the people will come out and vote for Frankie Olivo come this election, Erasmo Castro and Carlos Elizondo. I strongly believe that.
Yeah, it's funny when I walk around, I see the signs and haven't heard from a lot of candidates. It reminds me of the Bruce Lee movie, Enter the Dragon, where the guy comes, he brings the wood and he smashes the wood, and Bruce Lee tells him, boards don't hit back. It's the same thing. That sign can't be you can't win just when I don't know. It's
one of the things that I'm trying to do with these interviews, Frankie, and any candidate that wants to come on, even if your opponents want to come on the show, let them come on. Is talk about a little. This is your life. I want to know a little bit about you, and then we'll get into.
Patty, we'll get to that in just a second here.
We'll get that question, and then and tonight's special because it's Wednesday night. Wednesday night is our Sports on the Rio segment where we're going to talk about football. So stick around after 8:00. After we do the 2-minute warning, 2-minute rapid fire stuff, we'll get into football and stuff. And Frankie, I can tell you're itching to do that. But Frankie, tell me about you. You were a linebacker. What you were in high school? You're 33 years old. You're a young little boy. You probably don't even have any gray hairs anywhere on your body. You're not even losing hair like Carlos Elizondo. You don't have to do plastic surgery like me or Frank or Erasmo. I haven't done plastic surgery, but who are you, man? Who are you?
That's a good question. There's a saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and that was my story. My family raised me. My mother at 16 years old had me, and your prototypical, story of that outcome is not very good. But I was very fortunate. I'm still very fortunate to have an unbelievable family that have raised me, that instilled principles, morals, goals in me. And that is my story. I grew up in public education. I was a sports enthusiastic, a fanatic. I still am to this day. And special shouts out to Sports Talk every Sunday at 11 a.m. now. Yours truly. We'll be having Leanne Ramirez on, a world champion in powerlifting this Sunday. I had to throw that in there, Roman.
Dude, I'll try to wake up. I might be partying watching the football game.
But yeah, my family did an amazing job of raising me. I went to Homer Hanna High School. I played linebacker, safety. Loved football, a baseball fanatic as well. I work for Cameron County currently. I've been there for 8 years. I work for a state district judge. I love what I do. When I first started working, guys, it was very funny because when I heard the things that were going on, like the murder and the robberies and stuff like that, I was like, oh my gosh, like this happens here. And then after a while, you kind of get used to it, where it's kind of like, oh, yeah, of course that happened. So I work for Cameron County. I'm an alumni of Leadership Brownsville, a great organization that helps leaders within our community learn from the different sectors for the city of Brownsville and how they help a municipal government operate, and also the benefits of nonprofit organizations that we have here locally, and the benefits that they have for our residents. So that is my story. Recently, I announced my candidacy for BISD, and this is something that I never thought of doing. This is something that kind of grew on me, which was, I'm very thankful for it. We had the COVID situation. I started feeling a great connection with my community, and then that question started being thrown out. Well, when are you going to announce? When are you going to run? So I'm thankful that my community has given me an opportunity to serve, hopefully in November, in this capacity as a board member. I'm loving every day of this political campaign. As we all know, campaigns aren't easy. Roman, you can attest to that. They're not easy, man. But the positive feedback that I've received and the words of encouragement make it all worthwhile. So I'm very humbled and very thankful that I have an amazing community behind me. And, sky's the limit right now, guys.
Yeah, I mean, you and I talked, I think in April. I want to say in April. It's early as April. Definitely April, maybe even as late as March, asking you, hey, you think about running? And you were thinking, well, maybe JP, maybe go to law school, hemming and hawing whether or not to do it. And so I appreciate anybody who wants to run for office in our community, because it's tough. I mean, because they not only attack you, they start attacking your family. Luckily, one of your uncles is a blogger in town, so you're not going to get necessarily attacked like some of us will get attacked. Going taking pictures of your house and putting it on the internet and telling everybody, oh, look at his house is Spartan or whatever the hell, kind of stuff. And so that's kind of that's the dirty side of politics. What are your feelings on the dirty side? Have people really gone after you dirty wise? Do you feel that you felt the brunt of the dirtiness yet, or is it more yet to come? I'm curious.
Guys, I love it because people don't take shots at chumps. People don't take down at people below them. They reach up high to try to take people down. So I take it with like a badge of honor, because they do see me as a threat. And I say this with all humility. I appreciate it because it goes to show that they take me serious. They see what together as a community we're trying to do here. We're riding this amazing wave against BISD and its leadership, and it bothers them. It bothers my opponents that they don't have the same response from our community. So people could live in the blog sphere. I don't do that. I don't hide behind people writing for me.
Hey, Linda.
I come on every night on Brownsville Talk with Erasmo Castro, because I want the voters, the constituents, our people, to hear from me. I don't need nobody to defend myself. And hey, I'm not perfect. I've owned up to my mistakes. It is what it is. But that's the beauty of life. We live and we learn. We evolve as human beings. People want to and I understand politics. Guys, people want to crucify you for one thing. Hey, I'll take it. But I will not live behind a keyboard. I want my community to hear it from my mouth. So no, I love it, Roman. I love being out there because it shows that we're doing something good. If they weren't talking about me, I'd be worried, to be quite honest.
And quite frankly, you're in your race. It's for everybody who doesn't know, your race is a 2-year term, unexpired term. You are running for the seat that belonged to Erasmo. Your uncle. You want to keep it in the family. Just joking with you, which is okay. And the seat is being currently occupied by Eddie Garcia, who chose to run in a different seat. And so you're running for a 2-year term against a girl by the name of Denise Garza, who I know nothing about, and Jaime Diaz, who's the only thing I know about him is that his dad is an attorney in town and for immigration. And so what's interesting about you all's race is you all are different people that we don't really know a lot about. And so I think it gives everyone, all three of you, an opponent, an opportunity to define yourself and define your race without having all the baggage of, oh, I'm a retread, maybe I've run before, I've held office before, known commodity, the kind of stuff they'll probably throw at me or an Erasmo on that. What is it about you, Frankie, that separates you from your other two opponents? Not necessarily to attack them, but what makes you better? What makes you the more hey, vote for Frankie, don't vote for these other two. Also.
This election is going to be one like no other, guys. Our teachers are frustrated. Our counselors, our classified staff, heck, even our parents are upset with leadership. What differentiates me and my opponents is that I have a background in education and secondary education. Throughout my high school and college years, the only thing I envisioned doing was teaching and coaching. That was my mindset. I had no other plans, no other ideas outside of that realm. After graduation, I was fortunate enough to obtain a position with Cameron County. So I have that experience. I have that background that my opponents do not have. I have friends and family who are teachers. I know the concerns of BISD and the employees. Also, the beautiful thing about it is that I have a platform with Erasmo Castro that allows our community to come and be vocal, to criticize, to give suggestions. I'm open for criticism. I'm open for new ideas, and that is something that I feel that our community wants. We want to be part of the process, guys, because for far too long, individuals have used our position as elected officials to enrich themselves, to further their own political careers. And that stops with Frankie Olivo. We have an amazing platform that we as a community could come together and set everything out on the table. Be transparent in every sense of the word. Be accessible in every sense of the word. And that's something that we don't get from our public officials. We get voicemails. We get, send me an email. You know where to find me every night at 9 p.m. So that's what differentiates me from my opponents. I have a background in education, secondary education. So I know the struggles right now. I hear the concerns, and I sympathize with our staff, with the safety concerns mainly from our community. And also, we have an amazing platform that we can use as a community to keep each other informed, bring the latest issues to the forefront. And that is something that we desperately need at BISD.
Yeah, you obviously have the endorsement from AOB, which congratulations on that endorsement. And I said this last night to Carlos, and I think I said it to Erasmo. What's interesting about the AOB endorsement is they're in another race. They didn't endorse anybody, and in another race, they endorsed somebody who we didn't expect. We expected it to be one of the candidates whose spouse is a member of AOB, and they didn't do it. So they were more democratic. Hey, what's up, Orlando? By the way, anybody wants to make comments or questions, feel free to put them on there. We'll try to get to them, as many of them as well as we can. Manny is the one in charge of putting comments. So if comments don't get on, don't blame me, not me. Okay, not me. Anyway, so feel free to ask your questions. And so this is in line with a question that somebody asked earlier. I think it was Patty who asked this question. AOB welcomed everybody. Anybody wanted to come on and be part of their forum and provide questionnaires. But what happened was Patty's, BEST, just like Patty is saying, BEST apparently does not, according to Patty, I'll read it. Frankie, what are your thoughts on BEST not inviting Erasmo and Carlos to their forum because of their past record? To me, excuse not right. But that, what do you think, Frankie? Do you think?
If I'm not mistaken, Erasmo will be on the forum. I believe it was Carlos that will not be on, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that wasn't the case. My thought process is that any teacher organization or any organization that represents individuals should have an open mind in regards to this. They started off with, we're going to run background checks, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We knew when that happened that they were going to single out certain individuals because they're not their candidates. And hey, more power to them. But that just goes to show that we're not on a level playing field here. It is what it is. Politics is politics. But I personally didn't like it. I think that we should give each and every candidate a platform to express their concerns, their goals, and more importantly, what they have to bring to the table. And that's something that I didn't appreciate, that they're already excluding even before the process started. So I understand the game.
Thank you, Raymond.
I personally am not in favor of, but again, that's what we're dealing with, trying to achieve the goal of changing BISD.
Yeah. I hope that answers your question for you, Patty. If it didn't, feel free to make another comment on that. I posted this earlier today. The issue, and we're all in virtual learning right now. And I had this problem where we saw the superintendent saying that if you are a visitor to the virtual classroom, you have to get permission from the principal of the school to be there. And I think it's embarrassing that you are in your own home. Your child is using they're probably their own computer in their property. I, as a parent, do not need to get permission to be in the room with my child to see what's going on. And we had a situation in Colorado where an African-American child, a 12-year-old little boy, happened to have the virtual classroom thing on. And I don't know what the situation was, but I guess he had it on and was playing with his Nerf gun in the background somewhere. And just had a good old time playing it. And well, the teacher, the little narc that she was, decided to video record that little boy doing what they were doing. And now the little boy has a record for the sheriff's department and was suspended for 5 days from school. Now has a record that they brought some sort of pretend firearm to school when it was on their freaking computer in a virtual learning environment. What are your thoughts on this? Should parents be allowed to be in the classroom, virtual classroom, with their child on their own property? Should do teachers need to not be this? What's the word? Antagonistic towards children who are just having fun playing in the background. What are your thoughts on this, Frankie?
I think we have to be very careful, especially nowadays. Everything that's going on. I'm not sure if it was a real gun or a play gun that was displayed. So this is something that starts in the household. We should work with our children and make them realize the importance of education. And even though we're not face to face right now, we need to instill in them that, hey, you need to take this very seriously. Now, whether the parent should be in there, it's in some circumstances I do. We have a lot of special needs students here in the district, and our parents are heavily involved, which they should be. But to have each parent, I would not support that. I would want the parent to instill in the child for them to be independent, for them to say, hey, you have to do this on your own, because one day you're going to go to college and I'm not going to be there for you. You have to do it on your own. So it is a very delicate question, Roman. But in regards to the gun, from what I gathered, that is not acceptable. Even though it was in a student's home, I do see it as a threat. I don't know if he pointed it, if he was just displaying it, if he was showing it, but it's not the time or the place, unfortunately, for something like that. And I think as parents, we need to do a better job of speaking with our children and letting them know that, hey, you can't do this. Whether it wasn't done maliciously, it could get interpreted as such. So we need to be very careful with that, and we need to give the teachers and their classmates a little bit more respect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip, and I think it was a Nerf gun. I think it was yellow plastic with orange on the.
And he didn't point it at the kids, or he didn't point it at anybody,
it
right?
was like sitting on a shelf right back there or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, and that to me is I'll be honest with you, Frankie, I'm not a fan of that answer, and the reason I'm not is because you have children who are in elementary school. They may if they're in elementary school, the parents should be able to be there. It almost seems as though that we had the situation in Roma where a teacher got suspended, and the only reason we found out that they had some sort of leftist ideology stuff in the background of their virtual classrooms because the parents saw it, and had that parent needed to be in get permission from the principal, that wouldn't have happened. And so there needs to be some sort of ability for parents to be involved. And I know that you believe that. I know that you believe parents need to be more involved in their child education. And I think having this virtual learning is going to allow for that, allow for parents that, going to be able to see every single day how their child is doing in school, not to be overbearing parents, but to be involved in their child's education, because the education is the way out into the real world. Without an education, you agree with that, Frankie?
I agree. I wasn't really, and let me clarify. My thought process was middle schoolers, high schoolers.
Right, I understand.
I totally agree. It's very important for parents to collaborate with the teachers. Teachers need parents to help out the child navigate logging online. We have 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds who still need the assistance of the parents. Checking into the classroom, making sure that they're paying attention, making sure that they're engaged. So yes, I do agree. Parents do need to be actively involved in their students' academic careers, especially right now with distant learning. What I was referring to is the little more grown-up kids, the middle schoolers, the high schoolers. That, I wouldn't want the parents to be there, because then I feel like if the student would be entitled, like, oh, look, my mom's here, and I think at a certain age we need to let our child, let loose, let the line go a little bit. Let them fly on their own, because that is the only way that they're going to learn, moving forward onto college. But yes, I do agree with young students, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old. Yes, the teachers and the parents need a lot of collaboration, because if we have trouble logging on sometimes, imagine the young kids. So yes, I agree.
Doc, I'll get to your Doc. What do you think of the morale of teachers and students is right now, Frankie? Sorry. What do you think of it right now?
Guys, I think it's very low. I think teachers do not feel appreciated. We are not out of the woodwork yet with this COVID-19 crisis pandemic that we're dealing with. And we see time and time again how every decision, the majority of the decisions that this school district has done, has been against the concerns of our community. So I would dare say that the morale is very low. Again, we have examples of a $67 stipend that was given for internet. When we all know, when we set up an account with Spectrum, with Time Warner, it is over at least $200-300 just to get connected, just to get that first bill. So teachers do not feel appreciated. Teachers do not feel that they're well compensated. But yet then again, they're being classified as lazy for not wanting to return to an environment that is still deemed not safe. So the morale is shot. People want to know, especially teachers, staff, custodians, they want to know that leadership, those in position to make a difference, care about them. The district, unfortunately, hasn't recognized or expressed that the 5, 6, 7 BISD employees that have passed away due to COVID, they haven't said it publicly that they had passed away through COVID. A couple days ago, day before yesterday, we lost a custodian at Hudson. And this is something that we're dealing with. And she was in the hospital for a couple months. But then again, we are adamant on, after the 4 weeks of distant learning, of wanting to go back. So, it just goes to show the poor judgment, the poor leadership. So I would dare say that the morale at the district with teachers and staff is very low.
Yeah. Those of you that are watching us live right now, we would appreciate you, sharing this video, sharing our page, liking our page, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or both. If you have a Google account or a Gmail account or YouTube account, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to at least 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, so we can be a little more active on YouTube than we already are, because we think that this would be a good opportunity to grow the Valley and give candidates like Frankie and others a voice that they're not ever going to be able to have, because, we were speaking to this earlier. This is a whole new world in terms of campaigning. You can't block walk as much as you normally want to. You can't have the pachanga. So this is really going to be an outlet for those of us that want to ask questions and whatnot. Now it's about 8:00. 30 minutes into our program, it is time for my favorite part of the show. It's the 2-minute Rapid fire questions, sponsored and powered by the Second Amendment. Are you ready, Frankie, for your rapid fire questions that I think will be fun? If some of this is not supposed to be taken seriously, it's supposed to be lighthearted.
And this was all Roman, by the way, Frankie.
All Roman.
Yeah, this is all Roman, right?
This is the only one that I do. These are my questions. These are fun. Okay, you ready with the clock, Manny? You ready? It's 2 minutes. I have very many questions I can get through. No particular order. Okay, ready?
Sounds good.
All right. Your favorite uncle, Frankie, Erasmo Castro or Jerry McHale?
They're both my favorite uncles.
Oh, it's looking like a politician. Chicago Cubs or Chicago White Sox?
White Sox.
Ooh,
Sorry, Manny. Sorry.
Ooh.
See you
You're
later.
not getting invited back.
Better high school football coach, Coach Joe Rodriguez or your coach, Tony Villarreal?
Damn.
Better one. Come on. One with the Hall of Famer.
Wow, hot seat. Hey, Coach Joe, I love you, man, but I gotta go with my boy, Coach Tony.
You know what? That's the right answer right there, Coach Joe. We love you, Coach Joe, but Coach T. There we go. Anyway, better Wi-Fi, McDonald's or Erasmo's office?
McDonald's for sure.
UFC or boxing?
You know what? Lately, I've been watching UFC a lot. So UFC right now.
Is golf a sport?
It is a sport.
All right. Most overrated Pro Football Hall of Fame linebacker, Brian Urlacher or Junior Seau? That one's for you, Manny.
I'll go Urlacher.
Yeah. Overrated. There you go. There you go. I like that answer. Good answer. Houston Texans or Dallas Cowboys?
Cowboys, baby. All day.
All right. Who would win a cage match, Nurse Galansky or your aunt?
My aunt, easily.
Easily. That's what I agree with you on. Better social justice warrior athlete, Muhammad Ali or Colin Kaepernick?
Muhammad.
There you go. Good answer. Basketball periods or football quarters? That's a weird question, but which would you periods, quarters, which is more manly?
I would say manly, but I would go with football.
Yeah, you go. Quarters are better. Best Will Ferrell sports movie: Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, or Blades of Glory?
Talladega Nights.
There you go. Taking big. Best rivalry right now: Rayados Tigres or America Chivas?
Rayados Tigres.
All right, that's our last one. I didn't know we were over time. We gave you an extra couple of them. There you go. You have congratulations. You have done the 2-minute warning and then some. Congratulations. And Tony V.
Cool,
Let me tell you why I like Tony V. Tony V is an amazing coach. He did some amazing work at PSG North, PI Port Isabel, even Hannah, and most Westaco. Now he's gone back to PI.
There you go.
Westaco, great coach.
25 push-ups or 25 tacos? What's harder to do?
You know what? And I forgot to ask you the question, Frankie. The Zach Cantu special question, and I need to add that to the list. Cake or pie? That's the Zach Cantu special question. He wanted that question answered by you, Frankie.
I'll go with cake.
Cake or pie? You're going by?
I'll go with cake.
Cookie. I didn't even ask you that question. I should have, but we didn't get to it. But don't worry, we'll get to it. Which is the better cookies? You said you were going to ask him. I did. I asked him, Zach. I said I was going. I was on my list. I just didn't. I thought we were going to get further. I didn't think I was going to stump him on a couple of those. Zach, come on, don't get after me. That's Zach Cantu from the KRV. Hopefully, you know what, Zach? You should have me and Osmo on your 956 show. Together. Maybe this Saturday or something. You're not busy or bored. So that way you can be nice to Erasmo because Erasmo's mad. All right, we're going to talk a little bit of football, guys. We're going to go through the NFL games this weekend, just a little bit real quick, and then we'll go back into BISD because I want to talk football. Frankie, we're gonna go through some of these games this week. We're going to go quickly on some of these. Honestly, some of these games we don't care about. Some of these games we do. Josh, where are these games, man? Are you ready? The first game on Thursday night is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champions. The amazing Chiefs against the Texans at home on Thursday night. Who you got, Frankie? Who you got?
I got the Chiefs. I wasn't too happy with them letting go Hopkins to Arizona. I think that was the worst move. You're giving away your best player for a running back that has been injury prone these past couple years. So I like the Chiefs this Thursday.
Damn good answer. You, Josh, who you got in that one game?
I'm taking the Chiefs. They're coming off their Super Bowl win. They got something to prove, and they're playing at home. So I'm going to – Arrowhead's a tough place to play.
Yeah. Manny?
I'm going with the Texans.
Why? Just because you want to be different, Manny? You just want to be – I'm taking the Chiefs. They're at home. I mean, you can't complain. It's a short night, a short week. They're probably more prepared. The weird thing is there are no preseason games. So we have no idea how ready they're going to be. They might be coming off a high, so maybe the Texans will be able to pull it off because they still have a defense. I just don't trust their coach. Their coach sucks. Their coach should have been fired over this offseason. I don't even know why he's still there. But I'll go with Chiefs. Easy. Easy. All right, next game. Eagles and whoever Washington. Seriously? Washington? It's the Eagles versus the football team. I don't know if you saw that. And then it just says the mascot Eagles versus football team, some random one. Who you got, Frankie? Who you got?
I hate to say this, but I got the Eagles. The Washington is still trying to find themselves. I like Ron Rivera, but I like consistency, and I think the Eagles have that compared to the Washington football team. So Eagles need to win.
Yeah, I got that one too. Hank, Little Richard, ESPN wants to know. You know what? I'll go with Little Richard, the king of rock and roll. Oh, more of a king than Elvis Presley. Yeah, I was going to say it. I like the Eagles in this game. Well, exactly the same reasons you believe. I think this offseason for the Redskins or whatever the heck they want to call themselves it was just a nightmare. They had the lawsuit with the cheerleaders. I don't think they're going to be that good this year. They haven't been good for years. Ron Rivera might have a good defensive mind, but he doesn't have the team that he needs yet. So it'll be Eagles easy.
Yeah, it's a big distraction too with that logo.
That's all they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
John, so you got the Eagles too, Manny?
Yep, I got Philly.
It's a clean sweep for Philly. For pretty much all the reasons you said, Roman. Washington's still in a rebuilding year. I think Ron Rivera can do something moving forward, but it's not going to happen this year.
Hey, good evening, Sergio. All right, next game. Next game? We're gonna go through some of these quicker. Are you going to watch The Rock NFL play? And yeah, I'll watch it. Football's football. As long as they're not kneeling on the football field. I may not even watch any of these NFL games. Honestly, I may not watch a single one. Because they're gonna be Dolphins at Patriots. All right, the Patriots have their new quarterback. Dolphins just got rid of their first round pick they got 2 years ago. Who you got, Frankie?
I like Fix Magic with the upset. I got the Dolphins. Wow. The Patriots are favored to win. I like Cam Newton, but Cam Newton, since 2015 is MVP year, he really hasn't done much. So I'm going to go with the shocker. I'm going to go with the Dolphins putting up the upset this weekend.
What, they won 2 games last year? Maybe 2 games, right? What they won last year? You think they're going to beat the Patriots opening night? Patriots being at home? No way. Patriots might have a new quarterback.
Patriots are the same team right now that they were a year ago.
Who, the Patriots? They may not, that's true, but they still got the cheater in chief. Brian Billick. I mean, Belichick. Sorry, Brian Billick. Sorry, that's
put me after Dolphins.
Bill Belichick. I gotta say that too fast. They still got him.
They're gonna surprise everybody.
All right, I got the Patriots on that one. You, Josh, who you got?
I'm taking the Patriots. I think Miami's still rebuilding. They added a couple good free agents, but I don't think it's enough to get over the hump.
All right, next game. Packers Vikings. Josh, who do you got on this one? Packers Vikings.
I got the Vikings at home. I think they have a good defense. I think it can go either way, but I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Just because the home field advantage?
Yeah.
Manny, you got
Vikings on this one.
All right. Wow. You don't think Aaron Rodgers can do anything anymore? He's just too old now. All right. Plus, you hate the Packers because you're a Bears fan. All right.
I'm gonna go defense. I'm gonna go Vikings this weekend. I like Aaron Rodgers. I like the offense, LaFleur. I like what he set up there. But defense always wins, in my opinion. So I like the Vikings for week 1.
I'll just take the Vikings just to make everybody be happy. Vikings. All right. Let's go. Next game. Colts and Jaguars, a game nobody really wants to watch, but I guess it's gonna be there. Somebody's gonna watch it against some small people in Florida and Indiana. Who you got, Josh?
I got the Colts. They got Phillip Rivers as their new quarterback. They have a pretty good defense, so I'm gonna go with the Colts because the Jaguars they don't have Leonard Fournette anymore at running back, and besides him, they didn't have an offense anyway. So I'm going with the Colts.
Yeah, I'll go with the Colts for the same reason, but they actually have a running back, and they don't even need Phillip Rivers to do anything. As long as he can throw the ball semi-accurately, they're going to have a good team, and they're in a weak division anyway. So I expect them to beat the Jaguars pretty handily. You, Frankie, you got
Colts, Jaguars for whatever reason these past couple years, with the exception of that year where they almost beat the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. I think they blew it up. They messed up the third, fourth quarter. But I have the Colts winning easily. I would even dare say by 11 points. They're covering the spread for sure. So I like the Colts this week.
Yeah, I don't do spread work. I'm not as talented as you, Frankie. You, man, who you got?
Colts for sure. Rivers is gonna explode this opening week.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I had Phillip Rivers last year for part of my season, and as a fantasy football quarterback, it was horrible. I just don't know if that was because he was playing for the Chargers or whether he just sucked. So I'm hopefully he'll be better this year. Bears and Lions. We'll go with Manny on this one.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Although I'm not happy with the Trubisky starting. They just signed that other quarterback.
Nick Foles. They got Nick Foles. They're gonna start.
That's it. I know. I don't know. And Trubisky was a failure last year, and I think. It's time for a change, and why sign a guy and then you're not going to put him in there?
Is Mayor Lightfoot really the coach now or something, or is that just a me?
No.
Frankie, who you got on this one? Bears Lions.
Defense, the Bears. The Bears easily. I haven't been a fan of Matthew Stafford. He's been there for 7, 8 years, possibly 10 years, and he hasn't done much. So I like the Bears week 1.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, But the thing is Stafford still has a good arm. He throws pretty good. He had a few good fantasy weeks last year. He is his running game going to be healed up? He has some pretty good defense, good running receivers. I think he can still score. But they're playing at home as well. Mayor Beetlejuice. You're horrible, Orlando. You're horrible. I'll take the Bears in this one as well. On the road. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll take the Bears. Just to be nice to you. Josh, who you got? We didn't even ask Josh. Josh?
I'm actually going to take the Lions at home.
Oh, wow. Just because they're at home or what?
It's another one of those toss-up games for me. It depends. It depends if the Lions defense shows up and how Stafford plays. So I'm willing to take the gamble on that because the Bears offense, depending on which Trubisky shows up, if the rookie – Mitchell Trubisky shows up, then I would take the Bears, but I don't think it's going to be the rookie Mitchell Trubisky. I think it's going to be the Trubisky from last year. So I'm going to go with the Lions.
And then, all right, next game. Well, we're going to move along as quickly as we can. Raiders, the new Raiders, the one with Jason Witten. I don't know why he even left. He should just retire and do whatever he was doing with ESPN against the Panthers. I'm going to just take the Raiders just because I like Chucky. Raiders, and you, Frankie?
I like Terry Bridgewater. I like McCaffrey. So I got the Panthers over the Raiders this Sunday.
At home. All right. Josh?
I'm picking the home team for this one.
Yeah, the new coach and everything. You think the new coach from the Baylor Bears is going to be able to defeat Chucky?
Yeah.
All right. Next, Josh, who you got?
Panthers.
All right. I'm the only one going with the Raiders. All right. And they're not home yet. I'm looking forward to seeing their home stadium. The new black hole looks spectacular. The Jets versus the Bills at home. Bills don't have a sponsor for their stadium anymore. I'm going to take the Bills easy. It's just going to beat the crap out of the Jets. I'm going to love it because I don't like the Jets. Frankie?
Oh, same thing. The Bills coming off a playoff season. I like their quarterback. He's got 2 years under his belt. Jets, for whatever reason, can't get it together. No consistency. I think it starts at the front office. So Bills will win week 1.
Yeah, I'm hoping John Brown has a great year as a receiver. They have the young running back for I think it's Singletary. I want to say Singletary. With the Bills, he's great quarterback, running back. You, Frankie, Manny.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Josh.
Buffalo. Jets
that division's Buffalo's to lose, so I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Okay, yeah, I agree. If the Bills still win that division, I'll be shocked. Browns and Ravens. Ooh, I wish I had Ruben O'Bell on this one. I'm gonna go with the Browns on this one. Just because I want to help my friend Ruben O'Bell and not do like the Browns. I'll go with the Browns. Josh, who you got?
Baltimore.
All right. Why? Just because of the quarterback and the fact that they're Baltimore and they're playing at home?
I just think they're a better team.
They are.
I think Cleveland's had too much upheaval the last couple of years. They can't get their act together, and so I like the Baltimore.
Yeah,
they've had the consistency.
Yeah, Frankie.
Oh, Ravens, easily. Again, a brand new coach for the Browns. I like their offense. I'll be rooting for the Browns, but not in week 1. Ravens over the Browns.
Yeah, the Ravens were great early in the season last year. They just came out of freaking nowhere. And first year, Holiday was just great in the beginning. He dropped off a little bit, but Holiday Brown was great. Early on in the season, so maybe they'll do well. I just like the Browns because I'm going with my heart on that one. I'll take my head, Manny.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the underdog. They've had some breakout little instances here and there the last few years, and I don't know. Maybe this is the year to do it. I hope they do.
Myles Garrett is still playing for the Browns, I think, so that'll be good. They still got a good D. They got Nick Chubb. Chubb. I love Chubb. I like Chubb. For the Browns. Seahawks and Falcons. Falcons. No, we're talking sports on the real Wednesday night, Oswald. I'm sorry. You got what's this game, Manny? The game we're next.
Seahawks at Falcons.
Seahawks, Falcons. Frankie. Who you got in this one?
It's a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I think the Falcons are rebuilding. Matt Ryan, I think he's on the end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the Seahawks in week 1.
Yeah, me too. Seahawks, just because. Man, Josh.
Going Falcons. I think the Falcons have got something to prove. They're loaded at wide receiver, and I think they got something to prove at playing at home.
Yeah, down year last year. Want to make up for last year, maybe. Man, who you got?
Seahawks, more stable team. They'll win opening day easy.
All right, next game.
Next ones we got the Chargers at the Bengals.
Okay, I'm just gonna say Bengals just to be the Bengals. Anybody just bet out a name because nobody cares about this game.
Bengals.
Yeah, lone Charger here. Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go. Next game. Cardinals and Niners. If the Niners don't beat the crap out of the Cardinals, the Niners are overrated, and they're not going to be able to overcome what happened last year in the Super Bowl. So the Niners should win. Kittle's great. Just throw the ball to Kittle, and you'll be fine. Josh, who you got?
I got Niners.
Cardinals.
Yeah, 49ers on that also.
I'm gonna go with the upset. I got the Cardinals. I like Murray, Kyler Murray, and I like Hopkins. I'm excited to see what they can do together. So the Cardinals with the upset week 1.
I don't think it's enough. But
Larry Fitzgerald there and Hopkins together on the field. I mean, you don't know who you're going to cover, but the Niners had just a great defense. Their front 7, their front 4 really just unstoppable. I just don't know if the Cardinals have the offensive line to stop them. Next game, Buccaneers and Saints. A game I'm looking forward to. That piece of crap, Drew Brees, that fan of a rapist, the one that had the rapist name on his thing. I hope that somehow they knock him out of the game. Just
that's why I'm big in Tampa Bay. Drew Brees.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa. And I hope the Buccaneers find a way to just sack the crap out of Drew Brees, and I'll be laughing my ass off. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Bucs on that one. You, Frankie?
I'm jumping on the Tampa Bay bandwagon. I'm all for Tom Brady. I would be super ecstatic if he wins the Super Bowl with the Bucs. I like Gronk. I like Evans. I like their offenses with Fournette coming on board. It's going to be very potent. So I like the Bucs in week 1, and I like the Bucs in the NFC South.
That's a damn good pick, dude. That's a damn good pick. I like the Bucs in the South too. I think they're going to be the number 1 team, and they'll probably be number 1 or number 2 in the league. Who you got? Josh, did we get yours?
I'm taking the Saints.
Okay. Yeah. Why?
Because they're playing at home, and it's going to be a very emotional game because especially what just happened in Louisiana with the hurricane, and so it's going to have the emotion, but also I think because there wasn't a preseason this year, the Saints are going to be the better gel team.
Oh, that's a good argument. All right, next game, the Cowboys and the Rams. I'm wearing the Cowboys jersey. You would expect me to go with the Cowboys, but the Rams are opening up their new stadium.
What?
Yeah, they're opening up a new stadium, and I think the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys. I just do. I think
that jersey off now and burn
Take it off, Roman. Wow.
I'm going to go with the Rams on this one. Let's go.
You're joking. He's like, oh,
You are not going to be able to walk on Southmost Boulevard, brother.
I think the Rams are going to win. I'm not going to say that I don't want them to win. I just think they're going to win the game. Look what happened the last time the Cowboys had to play at a stadium that the home team was opening up their stadium. It was Houston. Remember that game? And the Cowboys had an awesome team that year, and they went in and just like chunked it and lost. I expect this. The only problem is the Rams aren't going to have anybody in the stands, so maybe that emotion won't matter opening up a new stadium. Who knows? But that's just what I think.
Anyway. Sylvia versus Minerva in Mode Wrestling. Oh, the thought of that.
The thought of that. Do you know what? I'm going to ask that next time you're on the show as your rapid fire question.
I can't unthink that now.
All right, Frankie. I'm assuming Frankie and Josh, you all got the Cowboys. Manny, you got the Cowboys.
Roman, I better not see you at the pitada on Sunday night.
I don't even do pitada. I've never even been to a pitada.
For LA Rams, please.
No, I want the Cowboys to win because I am a Cowboys fan. But do I?
It's too late now, Roman. It's too late now.
No, I literally said that.
Tom Landry is rolling over in his grave.
Yeah, well, you know what? Is it in Michigan? Where's his grave? Anyway, stadium not a factor. No one understands. You know, that's a good argument. That's what
argument.
I just said. Yeah. I literally said that. So, all right. Okay, y'all got the Cowboys, Steelers, Giants, and the Monday Nighter. Steelers, Giants.
Steelers, Giants are rebuilding still.
Pittsburgh, all the way Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger gonna play though. Roethlisberger back. That's gonna be that's what I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with. I like picking weird games. I think the Giants are at home. I think the Giants can take this game. They still have Barkley as the running back.
That's all they got is Barkley, pretty much.
And then they also have the great Jason Garrett as their offensive coordinator. Oh, okay, forget it. I just changed my mind. Steelers. Steelers. I'm going to go with the Steelers on that one.
Frankie, you got Steelers?
Yeah, I got the Steelers. The Giants don't have a defense. New head coach for the New York Giants. I hope Big Ben has a bounce-back year. I think they just signed Ebron from Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's right.
He's gonna be the safety net once everybody starts guarding Juju out there. So I like the Steelers week 1.
Cool beans. All right, now let's go back to politics because we're getting people that are just getting.
Oh, we forgot Tennessee, Denver.
Yeah, we got a couple more here.
Oh, all right, really 2 more. I thought the last game we're all right. Titans, Broncos. Quickly, I'll go with the Titans.
Titans.
I'm doing Broncos at home.
All right.
Okay.
Next, I forgot there's 2 Monday Nighters. That it?
That's it.
That's it. I forgot the second Monday night game. All right, guys. Politics. So we got 8 more minutes before the 8:30 hour, and then we quit because we want to give Frank an opportunity to rest his throat for his big show at 9 o'clock with Osmo Castro. All right, man.
Frankie, what do you got for us? What's your push here? Exiting the evening. It's your floor.
Thank you so much, guys, for inviting me on tonight. I think it's very important for the community to get to vet each candidate. For us to not be able to be accessible, we are doing a disservice. We can't rely on blogs. We can't rely on signs to get us the victory. I have been very fortunate throughout this campaign trail to have met an amazing group of individuals who want to be part of something, that they know that the individual that they elect will listen to them, will be accessible to them, and will make them part of the process. And I think that's the beauty of running a campaign, of having a platform, and allowing together as a community to take part in it. It's been, running a campaign is not easy. A lot of thought was put into it. I asked my friends and family for, their thoughts on me throwing my name in the ring. They were very supportive, and that's all I need. And then just combine that with the response, with the positive vibes and words of encouragement from our community. So all in all, it's been an amazing ride. I'm very thankful and humbled to be given an opportunity to potentially be put in a position to serve in the capacity as a BISD board trustee. This election is going to be one like no other. We have seen how individuals currently in leadership have been doing everything wrong. Every chance that they have, they fumbled. They have given expired PPE to our district. Our nurses were not given N95 masks. You would think that this is something, an essential item, that nurses, individuals that will get in contact with your child, with teachers, once they come back to the brick and mortars, because BISD has made it apparent that they will go back to face-to-face instruction. Things like that, not making sure that our teachers are well compensated, not making sure that our classified staff are well compensated. Gosh, we saw how they try to pull the rug from under our classified staff by taking away the temporary disability from them, which pretty much made them at-will employees. It wasn't until we were vocal about it that they came back and had an emergency meeting and said, oh, no. We're going to fix that up. So, again, we need individuals in office that are going to listen. And that's very important for a board member, to listen, to be accessible, and more than anything, to be transparent. I'm so excited for this campaign. All in all, it's looking very good. It's looking very great. So I'm thankful to be part of this amazing wave that I'm with my community. So thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your friendship, guys. This is something that's pretty cool. And, you guys have a great thing going on. This is something that is much needed. We need more of these platforms to come up, because we all have ideas. We all have goals. And the only way we can express that is coming on the tube and getting people involved and bringing the issues that are very important to us to the forefront. So I commend you guys for taking this initiative, keeping us up to date, letting us know your thoughts, the process, and more than anything, how we as a community could come together as a whole, because that, at the end of the day, is what's important.
We'd love to have you on again, Frank, anytime you'd like to come on. This show is open to any candidates, office holders who'd like to come on and talk. Don't feel pressured that, we're going to have you try to bombard you. We may start in October, though. In October, we're going to have you a harder question for anybody who wants to come on. So, yeah. And the thing is that I've run for office, and you know that I want the hard questions. And if you can't answer the hard questions now, you don't deserve to be running. You don't deserve to be in office. And so it's tough. Best of luck to you, Frankie. Again, you can come on anytime you'd like to come on. Talk to Manny, talk to Josh, and schedule you. At some point, Manny and Josh are going to have their, slightly their own show, I think, and so we'll be doing more shows than just one night. We just want to get more candidates, more office holders on as much as possible. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I had a blast, talking football. Finally, get to talk football. We'll be doing this every Wednesday night. So those of you that are upset, hey, we gave you 30 minutes of politics, and we'll talk sports afterwards. And we didn't even talk about the cool stuff. I didn't even ask you all who's going to win the Super Bowl this year. Maybe the question needs to be, are we going to get to a Super Bowl this year with coronavirus? But you know what? I'm going to ask you all this question now. Who is going to be in the Super Bowl, and who is going to win it? And that'll be the last thing we'll say. Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl, Frankie, and who will win it? I should have asked this question earlier.
I got Cowboys, Kansas City, with Cowboys winning it, baby.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good one. And Manny, who you got?
I don't think we're going to make the season. I think we're going to have more COVID-related issues, just like baseball. They're having to forfeit games or postpone games. It's just going to get ugly, I think.
Well, if we get to a Super Bowl, who do you think we got if we get to a Super Bowl?
Well, I'm putting my Chicago Cubs in there. I mean, the Cubs.
You want to beat the Bears,
Yeah, I haven't looked at it. I'm picking the Bears to be in it. I don't know who the opponent will be yet.
Okay, well, you got until tomorrow, okay? Before the game tomorrow, you can do it. Josh, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna say Cowboys beat Baltimore.
You know what? That's a dang good one. I'm up for grabs. I think it's the Cowboys. If it's not the Cowboys, it'll be the Bucks. But I'll say the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl.
Hey, there was one last pick. We saw it earlier, but we didn't really talk about it. we have to pick in this wrestling match here. Seriously.
Oh, Sylvia Minerva. Okay, let me give you my Super Bowl pick, and then we'll go that way. I think the Cowboys will make it to Super Bowl. I think they'll win the Super Bowl. My guess, it's going to be the Ravens. I think the Ravens are.
Copycat.
No. I'm seriously the Ravens. The Ravens were my team last year. They were the team that I was looking at the whole year. I had a Mark Ingram on my fantasy team. I rode him harder than Sylvia does or will do if she goes to. Never mind. Let's not go there. Anyway, so that's what I think. I think it's gonna be the Cowboys Ravens, and I'm with you on that one, Josh. I really do think it's gonna be that.
I mean, you're copying me on that.
I know I did, but I'm telling you that's what I thought it was gonna be.
What do you think, Frankie? He's copying me, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. If he can't even pick his team to win the opening game,
Neither one of them. I didn't.
Chargers.
You know what? The Cowboys did the year that they won the Super Bowl, and they lost the first 2 games without freaking. No,
it's because Emmett was
they
sitting
lost
out.
the first 2 games. You remember when Emmitt Smith held out?
Yeah, he held out that year.
He came back.
That was in 93.
They lost those 2 games, and they came back and they won. Yeah, shut up, Erasmo. I won a lot of freaking. They won the Super Bowl that year. I think you come back after losing the first game, and that's just what I think is going to happen. I think the Ravens and the Cowboys are going to make it, and it's going to be the Cowboys. I think the Ravens are going to be pissed that they didn't make it to the Super Bowl last year, and they should have made it in the Super Bowl last year. They should have. They had a good team. So, I mean, Sylvia Minerva, I think Sylvia wins the wrestling match. Sylvia's bigger. I understand that Minerva's probably a penguin and can handle the water and the mud and all that stuff slopping around. I just think Sylvia wins it because she probably has more experience being on top. That's all. All right, who do you got, Frankie? Who you got? Sylvia Minerva in a mud wrestling match. Your uncle's asking for this question.
I'll pass, guys.
Chicken. Same thing he did when I asked him who's the favorite uncle. Okay, Josh, who you got? You're gonna want to copy my logic that Sylvia knows how to be on top.
I live in Harlingen, so I don't have enough information to make an informed decision. So I'll stick to you Brownsville people on this.
All right, Manny. Am I the only one who's going to answer this question?
I think it's Sylvia.
Come on.
She's the backstabber. She's got a bag of tricks, and I don't trust her for a minute.
I mean, she grew up with Charlie Atkinson, and Charlie's a damn good, Yeah. Hey, I'm funny. I try to be funny. Anyway, guys, good luck.
That's the reason right there. That's the reason right there.
Because she has the rep. There you go. You see, that's even better than my answer because that's probably more likely. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you all coming on. Frankie, thanks for coming on the show. Again, you're welcome. More than welcome. Any wax on, Maggie's son. There you go. Hey, Cobra Kai is an awesome show on Netflix. It's a good show. It's a good show. Anyway, God bless you, Frankie. God bless you, Frankie, and good luck to you. And God bless everybody thanks for watching. Josh, and Manny, thanks for manning the computer stuff. Who do we have tomorrow?
Good job, Frankie. Tomorrow we got Midla Veronica Deaton joining us.
Yeah, the Republican nominee for Hamilton County District Clerk. And if her opponent, the Democrat Laurita, wants to come on, Lauren. All right, God bless y'all. Good night.
Good night, guys.